What is up, everybody? Welcome to the show. We are so glad to see you all here this Monday night. We see you guys starting to trickle in on the live stream, and feel free to join us there in the comments, as we love to engage with you folks as we go live each and every week, Mondays at 9 p.m. I am your host, formerly known as the Lux that rocks the sideboard to die for, your host of the official podcast of Rocklahoma. And man, did we have an amazing event this past weekend at Save the SAVETHENOX event. There at the venue Shrine. We had an absolute blast, and there was so many folks there, so much of the Rocklahoma family that showed up and shone out, and it was absolutely awesome. I see a couple of you in the folks. I see Ms. Haddix is in the comments. What is up, Jennifer? I see Chris as well. Good evening, y'all. Hope y'all had a wonderful week ahead. Cheers, buddy. And you know what? We will be doing our cheers here in a couple of minutes. Before we get things started, we're going to review this past weekend, and then we're going to go over the ROK Report. We've had a couple of festivals going on, so we haven't really been able to feature the ROK Report, but we'll show you guys all of the upcoming events and where we're going to be and where all the cool kids are going to be hanging out this summer, as well as we are going to cover that amazing announcement from Rocklahoma, the ambassador program. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to use that and how it works, so that you guys can fully understand how awesome this thing is and how we, Surviving Rocklahoma, can lead the way. So we are also going to be featuring some music this evening from from Next on Red, as well as good old friends, Bat Allison out of Texas. They've got a departure from the songs that we featured here on the show, as they went a little bit metal and thrash for this next song, and we can't wait to play it for you a little bit later. We're also going to tell you about the next big interview that we're going to be having here on the show to talk about that Rocklahoma coming up Labor Day weekend. But before we undo all of that, let's go ahead and get into our sponsors and pay homage to the folks that cover this show. And we want to give a huge shout out to one of our longest running sponsors, one of the original folks to endorse us here at the podcast. I'm talking about DEB Concerts, who answers the question, what do you want to do with your life?
I want to rock!
And that's not it.
I want to rock!
There he is. He's almost as deaf as me. Couldn't hear it. All right. So we also, Doug's going to be at Rocklahoma with his DEB concert stage inside of the Roadhouse, and he's been having his stage there for many years, and we absolutely love what DEB Concerts does over there, including having a handful of locals, a couple of regionals, some legendaries, and he also brings some of his longtime legendary friends. Last year, he linked us up with Sebastian Bach and Lita Ford. I can't wait to see who we talk to this year. We also want to thank the Brett and the Pooh crew, the guys who puts up with all of our shit. And I'm talking about At Your Service Rentals, the only folks I know of. Hold on one sec. Woo. Had that sneeze there. The only folks I know of that facilitate your own portable restroom for your campsite at not only Born and Raised, or at Rocklahoma, but Born and Raised as well. Their reservations are open. You can book your own portable restroom for your campsite. You can also get yourself a swimming pool that you get to keep, and it'll help you beat the heat of that Labor Day weekend and a couple of weeks later. And last year we absolutely loved our pool. It was a lifesaver. So make sure that you don't end up like that guy over there looking for a place to go poo-poo. What are you doing over there, buddy?
Shitter was full!
Yeah, I didn't call at your service rentals. We also want to thank Rocklahoma's newest partner. We're talking about the Rocklahoma bitches. You know, these girls have been rocking us out for rocking with us for many years. They love to keep the energy positive. They love to be in the mix, throwing out that much coveted Rocklahoma bitches free swag, as well as just being the cheerleaders of the Rocklahoma community that they are. I just absolutely love working with these girls, and you can catch them at their pre-Rocklahoma party August 22nd, which is the Rocklahoma Bitches Show at the Shrine, featuring a band that's been all over our podcast for the last year. The band Circus will be playing at the Shrine. Absolutely love these girls, and I can't wait to be at that event. We're going to talk about it here after a while. We also want to thank our proud partner and sponsor. I'm talking about Photography by Angel Lee. You know, she has been covering music festivals with us for over 5 years under the brand of Photography by Angel Lee. And she recently just relaunched Rebellious Photography, and she absolutely loves capturing all of the rebellions out there at these local live events. You know, she absolutely loves Rocklahoma and born and raised, but her absolute favorite are those local festivals, and you can see some of her work not only at Rebellious Photography, but Photography by Angel Lee as well. We hope you go over and give her new page some likes and some follows on her page. Hope I'm seeing in the comments it looks like Jennifer may be having some issues. Let me know if anyone else is having any issues in the stream. It looks healthy on my end, but that doesn't mean anything. You know, while we're waiting on that quality check, y'all, we also want to thank another one of our proud sponsors who has undergone new ownership and management and a bit of upgrade to the stage. And I'm talking about the Big Old Bus, who's been bringing you a busload of debauchery for years, and we absolutely love everything they've done. In fact, we recognized Shannon for the contributions and bring the manifestation of the Big Old Bus this past month at Music is Medicine Festival, and she is an absolute legend. We also want to thank Rockavet, the group I was just talking about. You know, they had their first festival Memorial Day weekend, and it was absolutely awesome, and it was groundbreaking and a proving, or a we'll say, what do you say, they I'm trying to think of the term, but yeah, they broke ground. They blazed a trail for themselves. They took on that ambitious booking of a large venue, and we absolutely had a blast there. Now, they believe that music is medicine, and it is their mission to get the medicine to our veterans. So make sure you check out Rockavet on Facebook. We also want to acknowledge and thank our newest sponsor, Tannenbaum Graphics, because he has been helping us out with our merch store this year. Let me get us the link pulled up so I can put it on the big screen here. This is the place where you can get your official Surviving Rocklahoma t-shirts, including the original logo that was designed by Rebel. We also have the new colorized version, signature version, as well as her Rebellious photography t-shirts. We can also find your official Camp Mardi Gras t-shirts as well. Look at those things. And we've got tank tops now. So we hope each of you will go over to Tannenbaum's Printify store and order a shirt. Remember, it never hurts to buy a shirt, as that merch sales go to help fund our season. And man, it is a full season. We also, you know what, folks, I think it is time now that we have paid homage to our sponsors, and it is time for us to thank our final sponsor as we begin the show with our traditional cheers, y'all. So on behalf of all of our sponsors and the fine folks at Prior Liquor, Wines, and Spirits, cheers, everybody. Oh, now that's what I'm talking about. All right, so before we kick into things, I see in the comments a few folks is having some cellular issues, and hopefully it's limited just to a couple of people. I see Jennifer, and I heard Christy was. Nicole and Chris, if you would, Misty, let me know if you guys are having any issues with the stream. What's up, Monty? The Licka Daddy is in the comments. He just in time for our cheers. So with that being said, y'all, it was an absolute awesome weekend this weekend as we had our Keep the Knox free event. You saw some of the photos on our Facebook page, and I am nowhere near the photographer that Rebellious is, but I did my best to capture the weekend and capture some highlights from the band. And I definitely realized I am so glad I have an actual photographer, because I don't miss those days of having to do my own photos, y'all. But yes, my nightmare was absolutely amazing, y'all. This band put it all out there on the stage, and they were the first band to go on that night, and they came on with the full energy and had us all going. You know, they just absolutely amazing event, and we had so many folks turn out, so many camps represented there, and people of the Rocklahoma community supporting the Rock the Equinox Music Festival as it has grown, and they are now needing to begin getting services that comes with a growing festival in order for them to stay compliant with local municipality ordinances and laws and stuff like that. So it's a good problem to have as the festival has grown, and now it can't fly under the radar anymore. So one of the bands that stepped up, as a couple had to bow out, Stanley's Revenge and Copper Steel, unfortunately had to withdraw for medical reasons. So this band, My Nightmare, stepped up, and they were absolutely awesome. Next up after that was We Are Araya, and I tell you, this songbird has some pipes on her, and they were an absolute band. She was totally in touch with the audience the whole way. Everybody was in for the ride. You can see them as they start to crowd the stage. And yeah, that is just absolutely. And dude, she had an incredible mix up of what was it? Slipknot's oh, what was the name of that? A Slipknot song and a little bit of Nicki Minaj mixed in with it. So she was so singing Anaconda and mixed it in a bit with Slipknot's Snuff. That was the song. And it fit perfectly, and she had that grin, and man, she owned it. She absolutely loved performing that song, and we loved watching it. So we are totally in for We Are Araya, band we featured here on the show several times, and we appreciate them. Make sure you check them out on all of the streaming media outlets. Next up after that was our good friends in 7 Foot Monkey, and they are making their Rocklahoma debut this year, as they will be playing on the DEB concert stage inside of the Roadhouse. And let me tell you, they were in it, man. He was in that performance, and we absolutely was hanging on to every second. I absolutely love 7 Foot Monkey. These guys always have me going apeshit. And it was an absolute awesome performance, and we appreciate them not only for letting us feature their music here on the podcast, but also for all of their work and cross collaboration. And you know what? I've got an actually cool preview of what it's like to be behind this drum set, y'all. Check this out. Yes. And man, there's great seats, but there's no seat like the ones behind the beat. And that was absolutely awesome to see it from his perspective at the SAVETHENOX event. And man, he's just on absolute heaven. That's his space right there. And he was in the zone. And speaking of in the zone, Storage 24 jumped into the crowd, and they lived up to everything they said that they were going to be doing whenever they joined us a couple of weeks here on the show. And actually, I've got a preview of that as well. Check this out. And man, we knew he was coming in the crowd. He said to be in the crowd, and we were just absolutely loving, vibing with the boys of Storage 24. We got a couple of minutes there. There's Misfit, just completely mesmerized, as she tends to do. Her weakness is a rock star, among other things that we're not going to mention right here. I see Mr. Ducky in there. Mr. Ducky was there this weekend handing out those guitar picks. Those things were everywhere. And, we don't give enough props to the venue Shrine, which you can see here in this video. They always have great sound. They've got great drinks, great staff, and it truly is a home and a haven for the local music scene, as they host many, many, many of the upcoming bands and a lot of the bands that we feature. So we want to thank Donnie so much for allowing us to have our benefits and our fundraisers there at the Shrine. And I was digging on the new remodel on the front. It's outside in the parking lot. You guys will have to let me know what you all think. There was a lot more room for us to congregate in front of the building, and that's where I like to hang out. Spend a lot of time is there in front of the front door, catching folks as they come in. We loiter in the parking lot just as much as we rock out inside. Man, we take full. We fully own any space that the Rocklahoma family is welcome in, and we'll explore every nook and cranny.
Giggity.
Absolutely amazing watching these guys perform, and man, it was a successful night, and we raised, I think we raised a lot of funds for our favorite free festival the last week of September, first week of August, ROK the Equinox. And it is coming up it was October 2nd and October 3rd, so it's that first weekend of October. That is our family reunion. This is a family event that we all congregate and come back and bring the family to as we celebrate each other in the Rocklahoma community. And some things have changed a little bit this year, and we want to thank Lori for coming on and informing us of the, as we discussed, the changes to that festival. You can catch it from last week. You can find all of our podcasts on YouTube, Facebook, and all of those streaming media outlets you see there on the side of the screen. We're on them. We're everywhere you can find them. So we appreciate each and every one of you guys for following us. And you know what? I think it is time for us to go ahead and break into some songs. What do you all think? Music as Medicine is come and gone. SAVETHENOX has come and gone, and that was a success. And now the next stop on our festival season is going to be ROK the River Music Festival. And we are so excited about to make our return to Sparrowhawk Camp here in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. And one of the bands that are going to be playing that event, we featured them a few times right here, and I believe they played ROK the Knox recently as well, and they will be playing here on the Illinois River at Sparrowhawk Camp in just a couple of weeks. ROK the River. This is Next on Red.
Are you ready, kids?
You make me think that I'm the problem. Yes, then your head just stop and think. I'm not that person. Lie after lie until I break. Come to as a gaslight. I wasn't raised to hold my tongue. Cause they had enough light that they had came to me. And draw the line of being disrespected. You're out of time. Apology rejected. There's no reason to use it. Everything that you say is just a lie repeated over time. I won't keep living with your hands around me. Don't tell me it's alright, stop acting as like you should take a bow. Cry over my mess. I lost it when you started crying. Yes, I read the message. So real I am isolation. Another lie is stolen coming from a mile away. Your necessity is showing through the words you say. Your breath is lost on me. You're out of time. Apology rejected. There's no reason to use it. Everything that you say is just a lie repeated over time. I won't keep living with your hands around me. Don't tell me it's alright, stop acting as like everything that you say is just a lie repeated. Don't just a toy. You had your day, you took my joy. I've got your passion, so stop your pride. Now hear my words. Just laughing now. I flip the script and watch you struggle. Just figure out what's really what you should believe. You're more you. How's it feel to never know if it's your fault? It's always your fault. Waste your time. There's no reason to use it. Everything that you say is just a lie repeated over time. I will keep living with your hands around my neck. Please don't waste the bad thing as I waste your time. There's no reason to use it. Everything that you say is just a lie repeated over time. I will keep living with your hands around my neck. Please don't waste the bad thing as I. I'm not a question.
Are you ready, kids?
Give it up for Left on Red, studio audience. Absolutely love that track, guys, and that bounce to it. I'm totally in. You've got me hook, line, and sinker, and you can reel me in at Rock the River, Sparrowhawk Camp, just in a couple of weeks here in the Tahlequah, my backyard. You're 5 minutes from my doorstep, and I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be floating the river with you folks. We are also going to be there with our vendor tent, as we will be sharing all of our Surviving Rocklahoma information and peddling our merch, as well as hosting my wife's new crafting project. Just one more bead. Remember, guys, just go support her new job. Just one more bead, and buy those beads. Help me. But I digress. You know, we've been talking a lot about Rock the Equinox, but we've got 4 more festivals coming up before that. And after starting with Rock of the River coming up next, actually, after that, we've got, before I move on, now I want you folks to stay tuned and make sure that you are following the Surviving Rocklahoma Facebook, because in the next couple of weeks, we will be joined right here on the show by none other than the original voice of Saving Abel. Scotty Austin is going to be joining us here on the show, and I can't wait for that interview. After that, you know, I had a new event that was put on my radar. We've had a local band called Thunder and Lightning that has been wanting us to come out to the Route 66 biker rally in Depew, Oklahoma. Unfortunately, I don't think I can make it due to my calendar already being full. But if you all are into biker rallies, the photos, the stuff I've seen on Facebook from there showing what all goes on there, I have got to make room in my calendar next year, because oh my gosh, this place is one that I definitely want to go check out sometime. And my understanding is they have multiple rallies throughout the year at this venue. Now, this one is coming up here in just a couple of weeks. Let me see if I have all right, I don't have my flyer up there large, but the local band Thunder and Lightning will be playing there, and I would definitely love to check this one out. But if you do, Tell them I said hi, take lots of pictures, and be sure to rock the box and send us your rock reports to survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. I've never been to a biker rally. I want to go sometime. I'm so interested in this one. After that, we're going to be right here in Tahlequah, and after Rock the River, our next stop on our festival season will be the annual Terp Float. This one is taking place a couple miles up the river in the upper half. I'm referring to Diamond Head Resorts, and I love this place. I've been there, floated there many times as somebody who's lived here in Tahlequah. They were recently acquired by the United Kituwa Band, the local UKB tribe here in Tahlequah, and from what I've heard, they've done some really cool things with the venue that was already a great place anyway. And we want to thank Josh Berner and all of his Terp Float Productions crew for not only inviting us to Terps and Chains at the Post Oak Lodge in Tulsa back in March, but also to the Terp Float Festival taking place here at Diamond Head Resort in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. This is not going to be a rock show, though, y'all. I think there's going to be some rock-ish bands, but this is going to be all Terps, a bunch of hippies out there on the river, and we can't wait to see all of you folks there. I'm going to be on the river for that one as well, rocking the kayak. Now, you can rent. Now, they've got flotation devices and shuttles there for rent, but I don't think that you can take your own personal kayak. You will need to check with the venue on that one. I know last year they didn't allow people's personal flotation devices there to beach there. They might make an exception. That's one thing I will definitely get back to you guys on. That's the weekend of July 30th through the August 2nd, and it is going to be a relaxed festival. And man, I had a blast, and it's a little bit of a rave scene too. My daughter went out there. That was her first experience with at a festival, that since she's old enough to enjoy the actual festivals, and she absolutely had a blast, especially when all of the glow stuff came out. So it was great. We also, after that, y'all, it will be dwindling on the rock clock as we just get a few weeks out from Rocklahoma, when the Rocklahoma Bitches will be having their pre-party August 22nd at the venue Shrine, headlined by Circus, who will be making their Rocklahoma debut. And there's going to be a lot of fun stuff going on in the event in regards to the Rocklahoma community. They would like to get all of, or as many, Rocklahoma camps represented. So even if your whole crew can't make it, we understand. We all have lives, and we have all got so much vacation leave that they can put in. But if you're able to get off for this 22nd, you definitely want to go in there, because especially for those of us who organize things, Surviving Rocklahoma and Camp Mardi Gras, we've always got something that we're promoting, and we don't get a lot of time to actually hang out with the other folks that put on camps and shindigs and all of those other things. And this will be a great way for us all to hang out before we are entertaining the masses of asses at Rocklahoma in the campgrounds. As you know, we all love to party, and we all love to throw events and have our own style of debauchery and way we get down. And some of us, like Camp Mardi Gras, we may be slowing down a little bit, but we still have our annual after party that will be that Friday at Rocklahoma. And we hope all of you come by and join us at Camp Mardi Gras for our 12th annual after party masquerade after party. You'd think I'd get that right after this much time. We'll also have our regular costume contest. And we want to thank everybody who came out last year. We had a great turnout. Last year's winners won Rocklahoma tickets. So for this year, so you never know, I may have some Rocklahoma 2027 tickets up for grabs for our costume contest this year at Camp Mardi Gras' 12th annual Masquerade After Party. But if you can't, that's fine. There's plenty of other camps are all throughout the campgrounds. I mean, it's vast. There's so much stuff going on out there. And last year, for the first time, or in a while, far too long if you ask me, there was a stage in the campgrounds, and by all means it went very well. And Remy is doubling down this year, and a lot more bands are going to be playing. They've expanded, and there's a lot of our friends that are going to be playing on that stage at the Camp Rocklaholics. Now one of our bands, we have been hanging out with them for years, last 2 or 3 years, in fact. And every time we see them, they have a blast. And I can't wait to hang out with the group of this next band. And this is a departure from their usual sound. This one's going to be heavy, y'all. Are you ready for some thrash? Well, here's Bat Allison with Mary. Studio audience, yes! All right, get that song out of your head. I challenge you. I know I'm going to be screaming that all day tomorrow, and everyone around me is going to be completely confused, and I'm okay with it because I'm going to be seeing them this year at our good friend Remy's at Camp Rocklaholic's stage. Huge shout out to Allison and gang. Thank you for rocking the box and sending your email to Surviving Rocklahoma. Remember, artists, if you would like your music featured here on the show, it's easy. All you got to do is rock the box. Now, after sorry, got sidetracked there. Squirrel. Now, speaking of Rocklahoma, now there has, as you might have seen on Rocklahoma's Facebook page, there is actually now an ambassador program. And for me, for this show, for someone who has always been independent, I've never really gotten paid. I've never gotten paid to do this job from Rocklahoma. This self-produced show, I put it on with the support of our sponsors, those of you who do subscriptions and donate stars, which, by the way, thank you for all of you who had donated stars tonight. As that's our little bits of currency, our little cyber coins, if you will. We play so much live music, or play so much music here on the show, that we can't really monetize things because so much is copyrighted. So our workaround in supporting all of this is by those stars, subscriptions, and now we are so excited that Rocklahoma has launched the ambassador program. They have partnered with the ambassador group, I think it's called FIVO. And basically what this is like most apps out there, like I think Gas Buddy and some of the other things, if you refer a friend, you get a kickback. All right. So it's not going to be cash. They're going to give you, load your funds onto your wristband. Now, what we are asking, as somebody who's been covering this festival for going on 11 years now, we would love for you to use our referral link. Now, what this will do is this can help, yes, obviously support the podcast and our time there, but if you use ours, we get that referral bonus, but you also get your own link, and the people that you refer, you will get a bonus. And if those people refer, you will also get a bonus, I believe, if I can think this right. But yeah, you buy 2 tickets, or if someone uses your link and buys 2 tickets, then you get $30 loaded onto your wristband. But this is a way that anybody can be an ambassador. This has nothing to do with Surviving Rocklahoma as far as this whole program, but this is how Surviving Rocklahoma is going to try to help support ourselves and our festival weekend. But you guys can do the same as well. Now, if you don't want to use my link, that's fine. I understand. No hurt feelings, especially those of you who get a large crew and you have a lot of people buying their tickets. I understand it. It makes sense for you to do it yourself. But if it's all the same, share our flyer there, as you can help support our festival covers and interviews. It will also go to our festival overhead. Now, the way this works, and I'm going to show you what would happen if you were to click on our referral link, it will pull up this page right here. Let me get this up to where you guys can see it. There we are. Of course, it'll take you to a landing page, and they will be able to select which passes they want, whether it's VIP, whether it's general admission, weekend GA camping. They can build their tickets, and then when they continue and make the sale, then that goes back, and the person who referred them gets a little treat, gets a couple of bucks. I think it's $30 for every 2 tickets sold. So it's also transparent, completely transparent. You guys will see part of the way I'm making the money, that I or finding a way to support this, and you guys have every opportunity to do it to the same. So I think it's totally fair. Now, fortunately, I've got a big podcast, so hopefully I can use my influence to help support my Rocklahoma weekend, and I'm sure they'll probably do the same thing for Born and Raised Country Music Festival. So if you haven't bought your Born and Raised tickets yet and you plan on it, just hold off for just one little second, and I may have a link for you guys to use so you guys can see us on our Born and Raised debut on Radio Row this year. And we are so excited that that Pryor Creek Music Festivals have approved us for Radio Row. We have covered every single Born and Raised since its inception, except for 1 year, and that was when I lost my hearing. So I think I have a valid excuse for missing that year, but we have covered everyone, so we put our stripes in, and we are so glad to be on Radio Row. And we are also happy to announce that we are going to be partnering with a local radio station to finally launch a country podcast that's going to do everything for the country community that Surviving Rocklahoma does for the rock community. So we are diversifying, we are expanding, and I'm going to have a second live stream every week. And those interviews will also go out on 3 separate radio stations, I believe. And we can't really go more into it than that, as we're still very much working that stuff out, but we are so excited about it, and we've got the green light, and everybody in the chain has said we're going forward. So just as soon as we can get all of our ducks in a row, we will be announcing that. And to celebrate, we are going to have some country artists that are going to be joining us on that live stream, and you guys can see it right here on Facebook Live, YouTube, and also all of those radio stations. Now, speaking of big interviews coming up, to circle things back to Rocklahoma, and also to as someone who has crossed the genre lines, he made his I saw him for the first time at Born and Raised. Tim Montana absolutely was one of those folks that was representing the rock spirit at that Born and Raised festival, and his next time he came through town was at Rocklahoma, and he's going to make his return this year at Rocklahoma 26 for its 20th anniversary, and he's going to be joining us in on the show here in a couple of weeks. We look forward to seeing Tim Montana. We got to work out the date, and then we will have him right here on the show, and that'll be one of our first artists coming at you from our Rocklahoma coverage as we enter our road to Rocklahoma. And there's several people on their own roads to Rocklahoma, and we want to give all of our support and lend our collaboration, invite other podcasts and broadcasts that will be covering the festival to collaborate with Surviving Rocklahoma. And all they got to do is the same thing you bands want to do if you want your music featured here on the show, and that is to rock the box. SurvivingRocklahoma@gmail.com. We would love for you to be part of the show. Bands send me an EPK, send me a media. You know what? Actually, I need a beer on this one. Hold on. All right. Now, we want to feature as many local artists on this show as we possibly can. And I understand that all of you bands would like to come on to the show and have an interview. And I promise we're going to get as many of you in as we possibly can. But before I can give you an interview, before I can really introduce you to our audience, I need a high quality sample of your work. And remember, folks, I'm hearing impaired. I don't trust my ears. But when y'all send me something that's like recorded on a cell phone or in a live venue recorded on a cell phone, the audio doesn't really sound all that great. And I want to do you guys justice, all right? So if you send me something, I'm going to play it as it is. And if you reach out to me and say, hey, I'm going to be playing here, I would love for, to be featured on your show. I'd love to have an interview. I kind of need to have some music to to go along with it, all right? So send me an EPK, send me a high quality music track or video or link to where I can view it and possibly rip it off the internet to feature it right here on the show. Same goes for all of you fans out there who go out and experience these live events. There's so many stories out there that I feel are left untold, and we would love to share those stories either on the Facebook page or the website. So send those into the Rock Box as well. Now, all of you folks that are active service first responders or our veterans, send us your service uniform photos, as we would love to honor our warriors and show everybody what you look like in your uniform, as we can salute your service. And we appreciate each and every one of you guys for putting yourselves in those high stress and often risking life and limb for the rest of us. And it does not go unnoticed. And that's a big reason that we do so much work with our friends at ROKAVET. So remember, folks, rock the box. If you want to be part of the show, survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. And if you are experiencing, if you're consuming this content, be sure that you like and follow the page and check us out on the other platforms. We've got a whole backlog, a whole archive of past interviews and episodes on our YouTube channel, as well as all of those podcast networks. So wherever you are tuning into the podcast, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And don't forget, folks, this month and every other month until Rocklahoma and Born and Raised, we're going to be giving passes away free right here on the show. So if you ain't got the money to use my referral link to buy your tickets, well, send a couple of stars. Feel free to subscribe to the page, $4.99, cancel anytime. Subscribers and our top stars senders each week will be entered in for that drawing. So huge shout out to those of you who send those stars in bulk. We have a leaderboard, and as you folks compete in the Stars Wars for a chance to win those free Rocklahoma passes, courtesy of Rocklahoma. Thank you so much to Prior Creek Music Festivals. Yeah, Prior Creek Festivals for donating those tickets for us to give away. We appreciate that. These things came straight from the festival folks, so we appreciate them and their support of their official podcast as we are entering in our 11th season. You know, that we covered a lot today, and we want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in. We want to thank you for your continued support. We want to thank you for using that referral link for all of your friends that you convinced to come to Rocklahoma. And we also want to thank our sponsors. One of those sponsors, of course, is DEB Concerts, who answers the question, what do you want to do with your life? We also want to thank At Your Service Rentals for putting up with all of our crap and providing us with those private porta potties for our campsite, so I don't have to be stuck out there looking for a place to go in the middle of the night like that guy over there.
Dinner was full!
Yeah, he didn't call At Your Service Rentals. We also want to give a shout out to Rocklahoma's newest sponsors, our sisters, Rocklahoma Bitches, and give a shout out to, or invite each and every one of you all to their upcoming pre-party, August 22nd, the Rocklahoma Bitches Show at the Shrine. We also want to thank our proud partner, Rebellious Photography, going into her 5th season with Surviving Rocklahoma, covering festivals and local music events. Remember, she is available for booking for your own photo shoot or band photos or boudoir if you're looking for that special gift for your special someone or for your Tinder. Either way, I mean, you know, I don't know what you kids do these days, but, you know, I can tell you she can take some hella good pictures. And go ahead and give us a shout out to Rebellious Photography and give her a follow while you're at it. And we also want to thank Big Old Bus for bringing a busload of debauchery, as they will be at a couple of the local festivals. I believe they're going to be at Rock the River, so we can't wait to party with them there, as well as our friends in uniform, Rockavet, who believes music is medicine, as we continue to assist them with their mission to give our veterans that music that soothes the soul of the savage beast. They also want to thank Tannenbaum Graphics for providing us with a merch store this year. You can get your shirts right now. They're $25 plus shipping and handling, and each purchase of merchandise comes with an entry for those free Rocklahoma tickets. And we would love each and every one of you to get you an entry, obviously for selfish reasons as well. But I want one of our longtime supporters and somebody who just can't make it, I want them to win the tickets. So if you know somebody who wants to go to Rocklahoma but having trouble swinging it, make sure
Giggity.
having trouble coming up with the funds, tell him, check out Surviving Rocklahoma. He's got a chance to win, for you to win some Rocklahoma tickets. But, you know, that does it for us this week. And we're going to enjoy having a weekend free of work. We're going to be partying with our good friends out there in the middle of the boonies for a weekend of camping with good friends and floating on the weekend. And we can wait to see y'all out there, or at least at Rock the River. But, you know, until next time, stay on the positive side of life. And as always, rock on.